Hello, guys, and welcome back. So we have Sagittarius. Silent Lucidity. Silent Lucidity is your song. And it's gonna be in the description along with the link for Spotify. No more was the thing, like no more, no more. Um Coming out of it, momentum back in the game, and no more, no more keeps on coming up for you guys. No more. So there is this energy the next 3 to 4 weeks. A lot of you are not taking it anymore. A lot of you are not dealing with the drama. A lot of you are not going to allow certain individuals or certain situations distract you anymore. There is a sense of like a lot of you allowed those around you to influence how how you were using up your energy. And what I mean by that is that when either you were trying to save everyone, or you were trying to be there to help everyone, or you were just getting mingled up in other people's drama. Because the way that I'm picking up this energy is somebody that is was fully invested with other people or in other people at the cost of your own self. You get what I'm saying? So there is this energy like within the next 3 to 4 weeks, you're transitioning into this energy of like no more, no more, no longer, no more are you feeding into situations that are just draining, that are just taking but are not giving anything back in return. And a lot of you, it's like this is something that is either new or something that you need to get back to, is what I hear. That you need to get back to, especially for those of you that started a relationship, I want to say like about 6 to 8 months ago. You have really been giving a lot to this connection and have slowly but steadily been neglecting yourself when it comes to certain things. So it's almost kind of like before allowing everything to completely get um, out of control, like complete chaos, become complete chaos, you're being advised to, hey, let's realign this, let's readjust this before it gets out of control. Because that's kind of like the energy that I'm getting, where it's like you're you're getting back into the game is realizing at some point you either pause the game and you were just kind of like sitting there, right? Like, oh, I'll get back to it. And it's like, no, it's time to jump back in. But a lot of the times we pause our game, right? Our dreams, our hopes, to help somebody else fulfill theirs. And the thing is that there's this balance that needs to be found, right? There's this balance that you need to find within supporting others on their dreams, or supporting others when they're going through a hard time, but in not allowing that to take from what it is that you're trying to create, to take from what it is that you're trying to build. And I feel that that is the gist of the like the next 3 to 4 weeks, where you're saying no more. You're learning that no is a complete sentence, right? And you're learning to practice that no, so that you're not depleting yourself. Because it's almost I'm really picking up this energy of like, okay, somebody that wakes up with like all this energy in the world to fulfill all their dreams, but by the time you get to start working on your dreams, you're so depleted from helping everyone else. And spirit is saying that it's very honorable of you trying to help other people, but at the end of the day, it's like you're supposed to help yourself first before you help others. Be the example of what it is that you want to see in the world. If you want to be a leader, then you need to lead. So what does that look like? That looks like you showing up for your goals, your dreams, yourself. And then showing up for everyone else. So like if you're in an airplane and the mask comes out, they tell you to put it on first before you put it on to, the child or whatever it is. And it's almost kind of like that's the energy that spirit has you on, like reevaluating where, in what areas of your life it is that you're giving so much of yourself that you're so depleted at the end of the day that you're not giving enough to yourself. Um, and just saying like no more, like no more. For others of you, there is a breaking apart when it comes to you're breaking apart from like a norm, or you're breaking apart from, for some of you this is breaking apart from like a cultural or religious belief. Because I'm getting this very strong pull of like family. So there are boundaries, there are things that there's boundaries that are being set with family members when it comes to religious beliefs and like cultural things. And I want to say things because like it's almost kind of like, maybe in your culture, maybe there's like about needing to be like a specific religion, or needing to have like arranged marriages, something of that matter. But there's something that is normal within your culture or your family's spiritual beliefs, right? Religious, whatever, religion, whatever, that you're cutting ties with, that it's no longer going to be a part of your norm. And coming up to this decision, or taking a step towards this decision, may have felt or may feel like it is depleting you because of the boundaries that you're setting, and like needing to stand within those boundaries when something is new. Like let's put it this way: when you're setting a new boundary with certain people, sometimes standing your ground in that boundary can seem depleted if you allow yourself to cave, or allow yourself to let things slide. So like we all love setting boundaries, right? But very few of us like to follow through with them, right? And that means that if you set a boundary that you're not going to allow, let's say, someone to speak to you or treat you a certain way, that means the first time that they come with that action, you stop it. But some of you will let it slide one or two times, and then when you try to put a stop for it, it's like it requires so much more of your energy to put a stop to it that it almost depletes you. I hope that makes sense. There's here a need to stop. Again, this giving and giving of yourself hasn't done any good for you. Um it hasn't allowed you to progress, and it really has you in a space of like feeling trapped, feeling stuck. And you're being asked to put an end to it, to what you are investing your time in, what you are investing your energy in. Allow it to be something that you're doing consciously, and that it is something that is bringing back some sort of reward back. Like it's almost kind of like what you're giving to is not reciprocating any energy, and that needs to be put to a stop. And then there's a sense here of like you and your loved ones are safe. The new moon in Cancer. So just because you're not following through with like a norm of like a cultural or religious thing doesn't mean that you and your family are going to be put in danger, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to cut ties with everyone in your family or anything like that. It is more about like in this space of like setting boundaries within something that is cultural or religious wise. It is okay for everyone to be themselves, and it is okay for everyone to express themselves and still be safe, even though the opinions are different. Well, guys, that is all that I have. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. If you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.